Greetings, and welcome once again to JC Filter's Age of Ornon vlog. Today I'm going to talk to you about education. I am going through my last semester. In fact, I'm almost halfway through that final semester. I only got one more week before I hit that halfway mark. And I figured that now is about time for me to give a little bit of an opinion on what I think of it after all the time that I've been in there now. So with that, I'm going to start off by saying I'm going to have a series of vlogs related to this. The first three are going to deal with what an education does not do. And I'm looking at this from a religious standpoint, from someone who's in ministry and things like that. This may not apply to anyone outside that, but just to get an idea of what a religious education should do. And then the next three would be videos will be the three things that it should do. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start in with the first thing, the first point of what a religious education does not accomplish. I know that for myself, there was this inclination I had a number of years back that if somebody had went to college, for a religious degree, that automatically made him a godly person and made him a person of great character. Unfortunately, as I have met a lot of people who have doctorates in Christian and religious related fields, I found that they are, well, human like the rest of us. In fact, unfortunately, I found more often than not these are the people that I had the hardest time learning from, and this is for several reasons. But I should say that, just to make the point clear, people who are educated are as much, if not more, susceptible to sin than anyone. We know from 1 Corinthians 8:1 that knowledge puffeth up. It's sad but true that some of the most arrogant and high-minded Christians I've ever met are those who are well educated. Satan knows that one of the best ways to bring a man down is through puffing him up. For he knows that pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. It's also important to remember that whoever is in leadership will receive more spiritual attack from Satan. I've seen this from my dad, who's a pastor, and from other religious leaders in the Christian church. While Satan and his demons are mostly overlooked in our churches today, he's alive and well, and he attacks our leaders fairly often. In light of that, I would just say that we should all pray for our leaders, not only because Satan's attacking them, but as James says, teachers will be held to a higher level of accountability before God. We shouldn't think that a person who has a religious education is any more spiritual, any more, how do we put this, any more moral than the rest of us. They should be held, if they are in such a leadership position, to a higher accountability. But just because they have a religious education doesn't mean they're going to be to that level. It doesn't guarantee a thing. I've learned a lot since being in my classes about character and things of that nature, but it doesn't force me to actually be a person of character. And so just to assume that a person who's done the time and learned the facts is going to automatically come out a very righteous man is really a bad way to look at it. I think if we want to develop character in our religious leaders, a far better way to do it would be to educate them the way that the Jewish people did back in the day. And that was, instead of going to like a seminary, they would follow their teacher around, much like the disciples did Jesus, and learn to live life the way that their teacher did, and really just emulate their character. And that's a better way to do it, I think, than our college system, because there's really nothing in there to make a person accountable and build their character. So there we go. That's number 1 point. What education or religious education does not do. It doesn't necessarily make a person godly. That is something that person has to do in his private life and with his accountability partners and everyone else he knows. And that's something that you don't have to have a religious degree to do. You can be a godly person and should be a godly person even if you're not in a religious field. So with that thought, I say God bless and have a great day.